Okay, we're moving on now to soak ourselves into information that we are here to get away with us. And I would like to invite the second speaker, Mrs. Juliana Saka, obtained a master's in transport planning from the prestigious Lagos State University, Lagos State. She has under her belt a certificate in port logistics from the Arab Academy for Science, Technology and Maritime Transport, Alexandria, Egypt. She attended trainings on port operations at APAC/Flanders Port Training Center, Antwerp, Belgium, and on port regulations, compliance and performance from Maritime School of Excellence, Durban, South Africa. Mrs. Juliana is a fellow of both Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport, CILT, and Nigerian Institute of Shipping, NIS. She is a founding member of the Women in Logistics and Transport, WILAT, where she served as a financial secretary. Mrs. Juliana Saka is a member of Women's International Shipping and Trading Association, WISTA, and a Chief Operations Officer at the Nigerian Shippers Council. She is a mother, a wife, an astute professional, and a career woman. Ladies and gentlemen, professionals in our midst, I'd like you to please join me to welcome to the mic Mrs. Juliana Saka. A round of applause, please.
Thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please just permit me to stand on the already established protocol. My presentation will be engaging. It will not be like a lecture. We both speak to the topic. But when it gets to the point of the opportunities for teachers, that's where I will lay emphasis on. Okay, the outline, introduction, objective, Afcfta, everything. I won't dwell much on this because our lead speaker has already told us about Afcfta. He equally mentioned the benefits and also the objective. So I'll only just breeze through in order not to waste our time. Thank you. Yes, I'm very pleased to speak on this important topic, African Continental Free Trade Agreement. Opportunities for teachers. The theme for this seminar, overview of 2030 Blue Economy and Afcfta advantages, is carefully chosen, considering the trade under Afcfta that has successfully commenced in other countries. Yes, Afcfta commenced in Nigeria, so to say, in 2021. But other countries have already started this before we joined them. Go. This is where Afcfta started at the summit in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia in 2012. Leaders of African countries agreed to create this continental free trade area. That was in 2017. It started, but Nigeria joined in 2021. The agreement is actually to create a free trading across Africa, whereby we have free movement of people, trading goods, and trading services. So as a Nigerian, you can trade if you have look at which country, the country that has the competition or the competitive advantage, make both in services and even in commodities. When you feel you are competitive in this area, you develop it and you can have opportunity of trading it outside Nigeria. It's similar to what we call the ECOWAS, that's the ECOWAS liberalization scheme within ECOWAS country. But this one is larger because it's Africa as a whole. What's the next one? Some notable free trade areas include the North American Free Trade Agreement, made up of USA, Canada, and Mexico. We have the European Free Trade Association. We have that of the South Asian. But this Afcfta is African, and African countries are even larger. Afcfta is larger because it has more countries in it than the previous ones. These are the objectives. It's just to create a single market for goods, services, facilitated by free movement of persons in order to deepen economic integration in African countries. expand intra-African trade, because most times we trade with Europe, we trade with other Western countries, but trade within Africa is somehow limited. We've not really explored that. So after we assist us, to trade within our own time. Of course, we exploit economic of scale, we take advantage of continental market, add value to Africa's natural resources, develop regional value chain, and attract investment into Africa. The objectives continue here. Let's go to the benefits of Africa. This will increase intra-African trade. You can agree with me with Nigeria, with our population we have in Nigeria. You see other countries producing, they are targeting Nigeria as their market because of our population. So we too should start looking at what we can do to equally attract their own market, where we have the competitive edge. We can equally develop that and attract this African market, not them always looking at Nigeria as their market. Everything we import, we should equally look at export. Go to the next one. I'll dwell on this. After opportunities for teachers. The continent needs human capital with better 21st century skills to achieve its goal. Therefore, investing in better trained human capital, e.g. technical, vocational education, and skills development, they are critical to the success of Afcfta. It is therefore important that the education sector, as the sector looking at, the education sector plans should include economics, entrepreneurship components focused on the appropriate skills needed by enterprises. Before now, most people are looking at becoming a doctor, we look at nurses, but you can agree with me that the past last year, most of the skills that have the Java syndrome that have gone out of this country are those that have skills in ICT. They are widely needed outside, and most of our young boys and girls that are very skilled in that area, they all got offer outside the country. That's what we call, trade in services. It's what they have that you can offer them. So you are in the educational sector. I think not just the classroom training, which will include vocational training. Because these days, the training is no longer 1 + 1 must be 2. It's what you have upstairs that you can equally bring, the creativity that you can bring to the table. Okay. There are numerous opportunities for teachers. If you look at training services like the services I'm talking about, and in that we can look at research. Have we thought of, with this Afcfta, the need to research into what other countries need? What are the kind of lectures, topics, skills and acquisition that other countries need that we can equally sell our services to? If you do that very well and collectively, I believe, just like the last speaker said, you can invite Afcfta. By the way, this thing of Afcfta is in Ghana. They have it in Ghana. So it's not as if it's far from us. We can equally invite them, discuss, and know what area are they looking at. Maybe the short term, the medium, and the long. And now see how we can develop that area and tap into it. By the time they find you good, you'll be the one even running away from opportunities that will be coming your way. That's in terms of the research, because you're looking at teachers. Yours are training services. Then training providers and capacity building. That's another angle too that teachers can equally go into. Provide training. Your schools cannot be limited to Nigeria alone. You can take your schools outside Nigeria. Because there's free movement, with this Afcfta, there's free movement of people across Africa. Why not have, like for instance, the first people that came, they mentioned the name of the school. Sorry, the first people that came this morning, I Madam mentioned their name, Corona Nigeria, perhaps Corona Ghana branch, Corona Cotonou branch, or Lome branch. I think we should start looking at not just limiting our services within Nigeria, let's take it out of Nigeria. Then the joint school enterprise training. This can be done with you partnering with other schools outside Nigeria to see how you can come together, to further carry out this course I'm talking about. Because I know it's not easy for you to establish school outside. But if you're well established here, you can equally connect with them and you see how you can expand, your scope. That's the joint school enterprise training. Then others for teachers. I will look at becoming commodity merchants. Because no matter how tough things are, people must eat. No matter how tough. But not just the normal raw food. We should move away from the normal raw, selling things in its raw form. There should be some value addition to it that will make it catchy for people to be interested in. Like I will give an example. Most women now are busy. Unlike in the days when our mothers, they are too far at home. But these days we all go to work, we all equally hustle, so to say. So when you look at, let's take for instance beans. If you bring beans and want to sell it in its raw form, beans, most people will be like, I can always get beans at the market. But if you add some value to that beans, maybe you wash it, you dry, you turn it into beans powder. It makes it easier for a mother to want to buy that off you and quickly turn it into akara or moi, instead of going the whole world of buying beans, washing, grinding. Someone will prefer to buy that one that you added value to and you package it very well. In fact, the demand for it will be so high that before you know it, people will start calling you. And good thing we have good logistics now, you don't need to be everywhere. Once your number is on it, people place order, you can send it through delivery. It will get to whoever needs it. When that demand starts coming out from outside the country, that's when you can now know. But within, our population is so large that you can equally feed and make money from this food store, from these commodities I'm talking about. Because you can never go wrong with it. Things are tough, we are going cashless. But people still eat. You still find a way of buying food. Even with the cashless society, we can still eat. And you won't eat today and say tomorrow I'm not eating. You eat today and still need to eat tomorrow. Unlike if you buy clothes today, tomorrow I'm not buying. I don't have that money. But for food, you can't do without that. So the commodity merchant is another good avenue. While you're still teaching, you can still engage in that. Then African fashion design. Now we are moving away from foreign, everything foreign jacket, everything importing. Oh, I'm wearing imported shoe. Nobody cares. But African fabrics have gone far. That everybody is looking at our local Nigeria. That's the trend now. But if you get the local Nigeria, you turn it into something else. You can turn it into a cap. You can even do it into a shoe. You can use it to make dresses, even bags. And you'll be so surprised that because of its unique nature, people will ask for such. So, and when you start producing that, it's similar to other African countries' content, and they will equally demand for it. Go to the next one. Okay, I will use this as an example. We have the look, they are into bags, purely Nigerian-made bags. This started as within Nigeria, within state, and before you know it, it has gone out of Nigeria. Because now the demand for our Nigerian-made bags and Nigerian-made fabrics have gone high. Go to the next slide. She actually participated at the South African Trade Fair. Here, made in Nigeria, you can see the made in Nigeria stand. Look at the school bags. Instead of getting the foreign school bags, most of us can go. And funny enough, most of your students, they need this bag to carry their books to school. So what am I saying in essence is, you can leverage on what we have here in Nigeria. Your finishing, your packaging will make that demand for that product to go wider. Yes. For instance, I'm looking at way forward. Teachers can form union. You have union of teachers, not within Nigeria this time around, we're looking at outside. Can we look at the possibility of forming union of teachers outside the Nigerian shelf and take advantage of it? Let's form a union, let's exchange ideas. You can even just start with our neighboring country here that is not so far, Republic of Benin, and see how do they teach them, what we have here that they will need. I believe this will take so far. Even create exchange programs for teachers within the continent. My formation of that union can help you to do this creation of exchange programs. Then establish small scale production of value added. That's what I explained the first time. Of value added commodities for sale within nations, as well as access African markets. The increasing number of young people and adults, particularly women, with relevant skills, including technical and professional skills, required for employment and entrepreneurship, calls for collaboration between member states and partners to make Afcfta a successful reality. Without this acquisition, without this knowledge, this Afcfta we are all looking at may not go far. So who are those that can impart such knowledge? They are the teachers. For what we know today, you who taught us from small, we continue and you keep learning till the very day you complete your last year. So the teachers have a lot of role to play. All you guys just need to do is come together. Because at times, my mom will say, if you bring one broom, you can easily break it. But if you bring a bunch of broom, it's difficult to break. So look at, let's put strength together, see how we can tap into this opportunity that is still very, very green, so to say. So I want to thank you all for listening to my presentation.